It is Hollywood drama at its peak. Justin Baldoni has officially fired back against Blake Lively in a jaw-dropping $400 million lawsuit claiming she tried to destroy his reputation behind the scenes of It Ends With Us. The lawsuit is packed with explosive allegations of defamation, civil extortion, media manipulation.
Y'all won't believe the tea that Blake Lively just spilled, and it's got everyone absolutely shook. And guess who's involved? None other than Taylor Swift and Justin Baldoni. I know, you're probably thinking, wait, what's the connection between Taylor and Justin? Well, honey, buckle up because there's some serious history here, and get this, Blake and Taylor might be teaming up to take Justin down. The internet is absolutely exploding with theories, so let's dive deep into this piping hot drama. So here's the deal with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It all started on the set of It Ends With Us, you know, that amazing Colleen Hoover book adaptation we've all been dying to see. Blake plays Lily Bloom and Justin is her complicated partner, Ryle Kincaid. But darling, things got incredibly messy behind the scenes, and by the time they had to promote the movie, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Fast forward to December 2024, and Blake dropped a bombshell that had everyone gasping. She filed a complaint with California's Civil Rights Department, and the accusations? They're scandalous. She's calling out Justin and some of the production crew for harassment and retaliation. Blake claims the studio promised to have her back, but instead, they left her hanging, dealing with all this inappropriate behavior on her own. And honey, Blake isn't holding anything back. She's accusing Justin and his team of trying to destroy her reputation after she spoke up. According to her, they launched this massive smear campaign that left her stressed, emotionally drained, and missing out on work opportunities. But Justin? Oh, he's not taking this lying down. He hit back with a counterclaim for, "Are you sitting down?" $400 million. His lawyers are saying her story is full of holes, and they've got receipts, including behind-the-scenes footage to prove it. Now that you know the basics, let me spill the fresh tea, and trust me, it only gets juicier from here. Justin's team has already started leaking video clips from the set to support his side, while Blake's camp is calling it just another attempt to twist the narrative. And if that wasn't dramatic enough, Justin is now suing the New York Times for $250 million, claiming their coverage was totally biased toward Blake and damaged his reputation even more. Both of them are risking everything here. For Blake, these accusations could seriously damage her image and make future projects difficult if things don't go her way. And Justin, his whole brand as a supporter of women's rights could completely crumble if these claims stick. This isn't just about two celebrities feuding anymore. It's shining a spotlight on some really serious issues in Hollywood: harassment, accountability, and what happens when things go terribly wrong behind those glamorous scenes. But wait, there's more. Brand new text messages and voice memos just leaked, and they weren't even part of the original lawsuit. These came out separately, and they're spilling all the tea about Blake and Justin's relationship, and let me tell you, this stuff is absolutely jaw-dropping. Plus, there's footage from the movie set that completely contradicts what Blake's been saying in her complaint. Some people are already out here comparing Blake to Amber Heard 2.0, can you believe it? But hold on to your seats because it gets even messier. Word on the street is that Blake allegedly used her super close connections with Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds to pressure Justin and Sony Pictures. The claim? If they didn't hand over control of the film to Blake, they'd lose out on promotion to hundreds of millions of followers from her and her friends. But things apparently didn't go according to plan, and now it's all coming back to bite her. Now, let's talk about someone who's been surprisingly quiet in all this. Colleen Hoover, the genius behind the book. She sold the movie rights back in 2019 and even suggested Justin for the role of Ryle. They were friends, and she was super involved in the scripting process. They were out there promoting the movie together, acting all friendly, even after these alleged harassment incidents supposedly happened. But here's where it gets really messy. After Blake's lawsuit dropped, Colleen posted on Instagram saying she supported Blake. But wait a minute, this happened after all those promotional interviews. The timeline is seriously suspicious, right? Things started going downhill when Justin wasn't allowed to edit his own movie. That's when Colleen supposedly said she wouldn't promote the film unless she had more control. Let's talk about Blake Lively for a second. We all know she's an absolute powerhouse, right? She's the kind of actress who could have chemistry with literally anything, and people would still call it iconic. Even Justin gave her nothing but praise during interviews, talking about how talented she is and what she brought to the film. He kept things totally professional, praising her at every opportunity, even while she was allegedly trying to push him out of his own movie. Here's where things get super shady. After Blake took control of editing, promoting, and marketing the movie, she apparently turned Colleen against Justin. The wild part? Even though Justin never publicly complained about Blake or Colleen, Colleen was apparently texting him privately, hyping him up, praising his skills, and thanking him for giving her so much input. But publicly? Complete silence. Not a single nice word about him. And Blake? She's being called out as a master manipulator. Apparently, she was super involved in making the movie, especially during those intimate scenes. She had this specific vision for what would work and what would be sexy, and she made sure everything was done her way. But later, she completely flipped the narrative, making it sound like Justin was the problem during those scenes. When Justin tried to give her credit for how much she contributed to the film, Blake would always redirect the conversation, avoiding any acknowledgement of his efforts. Long story short, it feels like Blake and Colleen played their cards, and now Justin's left looking like the odd man out. The whole situation feels like a power move gone wrong, and it's messier than a toddler with finger paint. In Blake's lawsuit, she claimed Justin was improvising too much during their scenes and kissing her more than he should. But hold up, there were only 2 kissing scenes in the movie before production took a break. When they came back, that's when Blake hit them with all these new demands. And here's the kicker, she refused to meet with the intimacy coordinator before filming started, even though Justin made sure to follow protocol and meet with them himself. This might explain why Colleen Hoover turned her back on Justin. Blake was pulling strings, bringing Colleen into the editing room to help her finish the movie after taking it away from Justin. But wait, there's more. This might not be the only reason Colleen switched sides. And get this, Colleen had actually praised Justin's original script, calling it so good. So why was Blake suddenly making all these last-minute changes to the lines while they were on set? It's giving major control issues vibes. Also, let's address the elephant in the room. Blake's claims of harassment during production don't seem to hold up when you piece everything together. There's evidence that totally contradicts her story, and it's clear that Justin's side has been keeping receipts. Now, here's some fresh tea about the casting drama. Justin ended up casting Isabella Ferrer for the role of young Lily in the movie. But here's the twist. The final decision wasn't really his. Apparently, it was Taylor Swift who convinced Blake that Isabella was perfect for the part. So even though Justin recognized Isabella's talent, cast her, and pitched her to Blake and Taylor, his involvement was completely overshadowed. Justin hyped Isabella up like crazy, praised her as a talented actress, and the text receipts show that Isabella appreciated him too, but only privately. In public, complete silence. And when the premiere came around, Isabella completely aligned herself with Blake. The twist? Isabella and Blake never even shared scenes or worked on set together. Isabella only worked with Justin, but Blake still managed to reel her in. Blake wasn't playing when it came to influencing Isabella. She was styling her with different outfits, bringing her to premieres, and even taking her to hang out with Ryan Reynolds on the sets of Deadpool and Wolverine. Blake was clearly working overtime to cement Isabella in her circle. At this point, it's no shocker that Isabella distanced herself from Justin and stopped acknowledging him altogether. And honestly, with Blake and Colleen running the show, Isabella's chances of landing a role in a sequel look pretty strong. Blake knows how to move behind the scenes and keep people on her side. It's giving master strategist energy. But here's where things get even messier. Blake and Ryan had a hand in shaping the movie, rewriting lines daily, a luxury most actors don't get. Blake apparently manipulated Justin by playing the underdog card, telling him how other directors stifled her creativity. Feeling bad for her, Justin let her rewrite a key rooftop scene. Blake made sure to mention that Ryan and Taylor loved her work, adding extra pressure on Justin to go along with it. Justin Baldoni was literally bending over backwards trying to please Blake during production, but she played him like a fiddle. It started with her rewriting a rooftop scene. Justin liked her changes, praised her talent, and even said he'd incorporate some of it. But Blake? She flexed her Hollywood connections, calling herself Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, with Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift as her dragons. Not subtle at all. Then came the alleged fat-shaming drama. Justin, who's had back problems his whole life, asked Blake's trainer how much she weighed because he needed to lift her for a scene. The trainer ran back to Blake with this, and she twisted it into Justin body-shaming her. Blake and Ryan invited Justin to their penthouse, where Ryan exploded on him, and Blake threatened to quit unless Justin did everything her way. Oh, and if he didn't comply, she'd go public with the fat-shaming claim. Justin caved, apologized, and tried to move forward. Blake even praised him during filming. Then came her allegations of harassment, which she claimed only happened in the first month of shooting. But texts from Blake told a different story. She was constantly messaging Justin, asking for daily footage, and staying friendly. Other crew members didn't want Blake to have access to raw footage because it's not normal practice. But Justin, still trying to accommodate her, gave her some. When he finally said no to more footage, Blake went to Ryan and her lawyers with demands. Now here's where it gets wild. Leaked raw footage from the movie completely undermines her harassment claims. Blake accused Justin of being inappropriate, sniffing her and kissing her neck during a scene. But the footage? It shows them fully in character, joking between takes to make their chemistry seem natural. Blake even suggested they interact on camera to make the scene look more romantic. This whole ordeal reeks of manipulation, and it's giving major Amber Heard 2.0 vibes. Blake played the victim card, twisted situations, and leveraged her power to get what she wanted at everyone else's expense. The receipts, though, they're not exactly in her favor. So why would Blake, Colleen Hoover, and the entire cast turn against Justin when he directed the movie that brought them all success? The simplest explanation? Power moves and sequels. The follow-up to It Ends With Us, It Starts With Us is already in motion. While Justin owns the rights, Blake has expressed interest in directing the sequel. When asked, Justin even suggested she'd be a great choice, calling her a powerhouse. However, Blake seems to have her own plans, rallying Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, and others to her side. According to Justin, this betrayal cuts deep. He recalled how Blake once comforted him during a difficult conversation with Sony about backlash over wardrobe and casting concerns. Her kind words, praising his talent as both an actor and director, gave him confidence. He truly believed they were on the same page. Now, he's shocked that she'd use such vulnerable moments against him. Now, we don't have the receipts to back up all our claims here, and everyone involved is innocent until proven guilty, but you can't help but wonder if there's more to it than what we're being told. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you think of this drama.